Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I think it's a brownout. It's when you get partial power. Oh, I'll try these lights in here. Oh, this is the kitchen lights. Wow, it's weird, isn't it? Oh, been huge thunderstorms and stuff. And of course, it's sort of just fried the computer, hasn't it? Hey? There's thunder in the background. Yes, that's a big dark screen. I was attempting to upload a video to YouTube. Fail. Now what's weird is this little low voltage light. Oh, sort of works sometimes. It's like an LED thing, still works. Maybe that's the answer. I just worked out I can put the light on my phone. It's about the brightest light in the house. I'm hearing very strange sounds as well. Yeah, it's creepy, isn't it, when you get this sort of weird power thing going on? Just looking out there, it is pouring with rain again. We've had a ton of rain. It's like the late summer storms, I suppose, early autumn. Okay, because we're all flip-flop different to the Northern Hemisphere, of course. I've got a few problems going on. I may be off YouTube for extended periods of time because of this, because the NBN, the National Broadband Network, which is being stripped into the suburb where I live, storm sounds bad, doesn't it, has caused chaos because a whole bunch of people in my suburb have basically lost their telephone line. I'm one of the lucky ones at the moment. I still have a phone line, but the internet connection is chronically slow. The telco that I'm with that connects me to the internet, they've been pretty badly hit. A lot of the people in my suburb have lost that telco. I can't mention names here because there'll be legal action, I dare say, but what I have heard is that some people are getting really cranky, especially those who don't have a telephone line, and saying, hey, if this isn't resolved fast, there will be legal action, okay? It's funny, I've been looking forward to the NBN happening, but I'm starting to fear it because I saw the way the interfacing is going on of the old copper wire network onto the fibre network, and I'm thinking, it just looks wrong, you know? It's like trying to marry, let's say, an old VW onto the latest Mercedes-Benz. It's never going to be pretty. Okay, I'm trying to think of an analogy for you. I'm actually thinking maybe I need like a dedicated G network card, like it's a phone that sits in your house, which isn't a phone. It actually just pumps data up to the G network, the wireless network. But I'm also hearing that they are fairly unreliable. They just fall over, especially when it starts to be a congested network. Yeah, it's just weird. You take things for granted. You take electricity for granted until, poof, it's gone. Okay, I've never really had a good internet connection. I don't know what one's like. I have been to places where it's amazing. I've been to Cyro, and you just go there and it's like super fast. You can just movie downloads, poof, like that. Of course, I've been into Google and I've seen how good it is there. Those guys wouldn't even know what bad internet connection is. Okay, I'm virtually back to dial-up speeds. So if I'm vanished for a while and it looks like I'm infrequent or just, uploading rubbish, that's the reason why. Mind you, I think YouTube is just all about uploading rubbish. Why bother making a polished production when your video just gets sapped and vanished away? That's all I see going on now. I think I've said what I wanted to say. NBN, man, what a bad decision. I mean, what's going on with the government in Australia? We need someone who's business-minded in there to sort the mess out. There just seems to be so much waste. At the NBN, it's just a nightmare. The more I'm looking into this, it just seems like it's going to be a total and utter nightmare, and it's not going to work. Maybe after that rant, I'll get my lights back. Nah. We're still in trouble. Got nothing. Oh, look at that. Welcome to Australia. I'm getting quite angry, so I've just wandered up the road here. Might as well, there's no power. And I'll show you what the node looks like. I'm sure you're curious. Last time I showed this, it was just a witch's hat. And that's what we've got now. We've got like a green cabinet thing, which is beautiful, hey? Apparently the fibre optic cable comes up to this point here and a little bit further up the road where the copper cable is, and it's just so wondrous. It's amazing. I love it. I just love looking at it, and the amount of disruption this has caused, it's fantastic. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. This is a couple of hours later in the day. We got the power back, and I'm again trying to upload this video. Mind you, it's frozen at 91%. And now I think there's a problem with my phone line. I can't believe this. If I try and get things to sound like a dial tone here, It's basically dead, and if I pick up this one here, like a normal phone, let's hold it up to the speaker there of this phone. Can you hear any dial tone or anything? Dead. Dead, dead, dead. I mean, what an utter joke. And my handset here is saying, check the telephone line. Yeah, more than check it, let's just delete the whole system. It just doesn't work. Nothing. Absolute zero. Thank you very much, Mr. Oh, beep, beep. I can't mention the name. Beep. Or maybe I should start thinking outside the square. Let me see if I can phone myself at home. Does that make any sort of sense to get this phone to wake up? Come on. That's it. Get the phone, blah, blah. Okay, let me just dial a number and I'll entertain you with the keyboard there for a moment. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, here we go. Just going to try and phone my own home. Just put the speaker on there. Okay, well, we can hear it ringing through that, and the phone that I'm trying to ring is actually right there. Guess what, boys and girls? Let's just see what happens if we pick this up and answer my own phone, okay? Okay. See, it hasn't picked up, has it? I'm not playing games, you hear? I'm not playing games at all. Dead as a dodo. Thank you, Mr. Tolka, who we can't mention any names. What a total and epic utter fail you done for me. Oh, now I've got power back. At least I can turn the lights on. I sort of got to the point where you just got to laugh. I've got no phone line now. It looks like that video is not going to be uploaded. I mean, do I get down to my local beep? McDonald's, shouldn't say the company name here. Go use a public Wi-Fi network and upload from there. That was what some people were suggesting to me that I know in the suburb here. They say, hey, you just go down to your local whatever and upload through public Wi-Fi networks. I don't think that's very secure. Let me please finish on a more positive note, because I've just got to laugh now. What can you do? Can I cry? Maybe you'll never see this video because I've got no connection at all to the outside world, apart from my mobile phone. I've noticed this film is out. Okay, Hacksaw Ridge. The director is Mel Gibson. I worked on this film. Okay, what I'd like you to do, and I don't ask you to do very much in life, is please, if you have the time, get to watch this film, buy it. Please help Mel out. I tried to get permission to do a bit of a behind the scenes of work I was doing on the film through one of the high-end producers in Hollywood called Bill Mechanic, and unfortunately Bill refused my request. And I'm a good person. If someone refuses a request, I just let it go. Okay, I'm not going to try and haggle and, baggle. But what I'd like to do is help Mel, because he was a very good person to me. And he's a hard worker, and he's such an honest person. I've never met such a hard-working, honest person at the pointy end of the film industry as Mel Gibson. A complete and utter wonderment to work for. If ever I have an opportunity to work for that person again, I will go there and I will work for nothing. That's how highly I regard this person. Please go and watch this film. I guarantee to you that it's going to be very good. I haven't watched it yet, and I wasn't given this for nothing. Okay, I want to try and help Mel as well. But I don't ask very much of you. Please go and watch Hacksaw Ridge. There's something positive to finish on. Well, I'm going to be extremely naughty here, and I'm going to show you some footage of things that I did on Hacksaw Ridge with the little team of people around me. Of course, it's not just me. There's always a team of people that help out, and it's really helpful if your team is competent as well. Luckily, I work with some very, very smart people. Special effects, pyro is a very, very niche, very specialised part of the film industry. Not many people do it. I was invited into doing this 20 years ago, I think. Early 90s, okay? Well, I can't do my maths because you've got to be dumb at maths to do pyro. And I was invited to do 3 days work on the Power Rangers movie in Sydney, and 3 days work evolved into, well, basically what I trundled along and did for many, many years. Would I do it again? Yes, I would. But what I noticed is when I went back to work for Hacksaw Ridge, and I had been away from this environment for some years because I've been fiddling around on YouTube, technology has moved forward a lot, and the way things are done is a little bit different to what I was used to maybe a couple of years ago. Some of the changes that had happened was what I wanted to focus on the video I wanted to do that was rejected by Mr. Bill Mechanic. But hey, I can't change history. If he says no, well, no means no. Physical special effects, in a sense, the enemy is the CGI realm, the people who push pixels, but I always like it when there's a happy marriage between the two. I'm sure when I go and watch Hacksaw Ridge, there'll be a happy marriage of some CGI enhancements on top of what we shot physically. Now, what's important about physical effects in a film like Hacksaw Ridge is it gives something for the actors to act against. It lets Mel see the action in the way that he can see it on screen immediately, so he can see what he's got. And I think in the end, and maybe you'll agree or disagree with me, the real physical effects often look more real than the CGI stuff, but that could be a great argument point for this video. The trickiest part of doing this style of pyro is making it look big and nasty and gnarly without injuring people, and that is the very, very fine line of doing special effects in the film industry. You're doing stuff right up on people, right up close to people, and you really got to know your stuff once you start entering that realm of pyro. It took me many, many years in the fireworks industry and then a slow progression of learning in the film industry to understand the ins and outs of playing pyro in the film industry. Would I say it's a good career path to take for future work and living the rich life? No, don't go there. There's not enough work around. And in the end, the pixel pushers will rule the roost. My advice in the film industry, if you want to make money, become a producer. That's where the money is. Oh, don't get too cheery, don't get too cheery. Welcome to my reality. Lost internet connection.